Coach, I guess
First question always.
Coach Houston wasn't thrilled with the defense yesterday, but he said it was better today. Just your thoughts on the early prep for Allen?
Yeah, I think every day we can't miss an opportunity. I think talked about that the other day. Just every rep's got to be better, and as coaches we expect that better than the last rep. The next rep's got to be even better and better and better. And we're 8 days out. We got to continue to have urgency to be ready for App State and make sure everything's ready, game ready. And you see guys pushing that way. I think yesterday the Heat probably buckled them a little bit, which is expected. But we kind of can't. You can't make excuses. Doesn't matter. It's hot. Doesn't matter. You're tired. Doesn't matter. That you're 8 days away. That should be enough to get you ready and get you right for game time.
Coach, can you talk about the depth, especially at the defensive line? It looks like that's one of the big improvements on your defense this year.
Yeah, excited about our depth all along our defense. Up front, in the back, linebacker, wherever it may be. We expect we have a lot of guys that can go play and has played in the ball game. And anytime you have experience coming back, it makes your job a little bit easier as coaches. And we got to continue to build that depth and keep pushing those guys forward, obviously. But we've got some guys, especially on the edge, that we feel like we're pretty solid, too deep. And the guys inside, they've played at least in some ball games. They still may be, first and second year players for the most part, but you feel good that they've at least played in a ball game. A lot better shape than we were a year ago for sure.
As you guys set the travel roster, what ideally are you looking for as far as the D-line rotation? Like, is there a set number?
No, we don't have a set number, so to speak. I think last year we did rotate a whole lot of bodies early on, and that was, you're coming off COVID and you're coming off, all that stuff. So it's a different story there. Ideally, you'd like to play 2 deep for sure up front to keep those guys rotating and fresh. If we have to dig into a third guy or 5 guys on the edge for 2 spots or 5 guys inside for 2 spots, you'd be okay with that. What happens is you get down to, if you're rotating, 1s, 2s, and 3s all throughout practice, are they really getting enough reps to be game ready? Are they really seeing enough looks to be ready for App State or any football team this fall? So you would like to say, hey, these 4 guys handle these 2 spots, or these 5 guys handle these 2 spots. That way, every rep they get, they feel like, hey, come game time, I've seen everything I'm going to see, and I'm prepared, and I'm ready to rock and roll.
And Rimshire is a guy, obviously, that a lot of people are ready to see in a game action again. Where does he best fit in this kind of linebackers? And is he, what kind of impact do you expect from him next week?
Yeah, I'm ready to see Aaron, too. I mean, we see flashes, right?
Yeah.
I want to see some consistency out of him, and that's the big thing is, we've all seen it from here and there, whether it's 2 years ago, I think the UCF game, last year, USF game. You see flashes that, hey, he can go stop and run, and he can get it on the ground, and he can trigger and fit holes and tackle ball carries and do all those things. We just got to see that on a consistent basis from Aaron. And he's getting there. He wants to. It's not that he doesn't want to. It's just that he's got to be consistent every single day. But the one thing he's done this fall camp and this preseason to this point is stay healthy, which he wasn't able to last year. So that's been a big plus for him. He's certainly in that rotation. And we just got to make sure he's locked in and game ready for App State.
We look at App State, I think one of their receivers, Sutton, didn't play last year. And obviously the quarterback wasn't at App State. I mean, where are you at just with some of those factors as far as just game planning and knowing what to expect maybe?
Yeah, so there's some unknown there. You've got a receiver didn't play last year who caught 50 balls the year before. You got Bryce coming over from Duke, new offense system for him. So he's played at 3 different colleges now, Clemson, Duke, and now he's at App State. You got a new offense coordinator in Ponce that's was at Louisville. But, you look at it, they're really kind of all still in the same family. I mean, Sutton, he was a big factor for him 2 years ago. Hennigan caught 80 balls that year. He caught 50 balls. We kind of see them the same. Maybe Sutton's got a little bit better speed. I don't know. Both really dang good football players. I know that. Ponce was there at App State before, comes back. You think they're going to still run the outside zone, the stretch play, throw play action pass, spread you out. Maybe he brings some of his stuff from Louisville in the third down passing game or in the red zone there. So, and the quarterback, I think I've been saying this, I don't know if he gets what kind of reputation he has coming from Duke, but he probably has a better system overall around him now. Receivers, tailbacks, O-line, just has a better supporting cast than maybe he had at Duke. I'm not sure. I don't know much about Duke, but that would be my guess because App State's a dang good football team, and he's got, really good set of receivers out there, some O-line that's nasty, and some tailbacks that's pretty deep in that stable there.
How much has Coach Dow's helped with your defense, just bringing, new philosophy and also with the edge room?
Yeah, he's done a great job in the edge room, and we're seeing you guys come off the ball, come off the edge, and get the quarterback here in preseason. and done a nice job just building some depth out there. And I think they're playing better than they ever have. And he's brought a lot of new thoughts to the room, and that's always good to have. Hey, maybe this is how we twisted things here or did things there. And so it's been good for us to kind of adopt some of those things and add them into our little package here.
What changes for you guys? As Coach said, game week starts on Friday. So what changes? Is there a mentality switch?
Yeah, so we've really been in App State preparation all week. You know, we finished up our last scrimmage last Saturday. Our App State preparation's been all week. But, you know, for coaches, guys that's been in the business for years and years, sometimes, you know, your preparation 11, 12, 13 days out, doesn't matter if it's 3 days out, it's still the same. Sometimes for a 19, 20-year-old, you know, preparation for day 13 days out versus 8 days, 7 days out may change. The urgency may change a little bit. So we got to keep ramping that up, make sure we tighten things up, make sure we communicate and ready to go. So that's really the big part there is making sure those guys have the urgency, and they're getting there, and we're getting closer and closer every day.
When you look at the defensive side of the ball, is there kind of like a player or two that really just kind of lives in the film room that kind of stands out to you?
You know, Warren Saber's the guy that I always say he's a coach on the field. He's always going to be in the right spot, doing the right thing, communicating. He can call out things pre-snap, and does a really nice job with that. And I think, you know, I think we talked about this one maybe last week, a couple weeks ago, that he wants to do that one day is be a coach. Elijah Morris does it up front. So you kind of got some guys at every level. Elijah does a really nice job recognizing things, starting in film, picking things up. You know, and Miles Berry's one kind of in the middle there that's can pick up some things pre-snap. So if each of those guys, each position, and collectively as a side of the ball, defensive unit, we will do that. We can be pretty, you know, have a chance to give ourselves an opportunity to win ball games.
Anyone else for Coach Harrell?
Easy enough.
Yeah.